Welcome to the Hot Tub Time Machine. Yes, there is such a place, and today we're going to be using this amazing hot tub time machine to travel through time. It is said that time heals all wounds, and there's a lot of truth to that. I am Tilman von der Linde, and today I'm going to guide you through an incredible inner healing meditation known as timeline healing. Here's how this works. Listen up. All of your past experiences and the emotions related to those experiences are recorded as memories on your timeline. Some experiences can be uplifting, while others can leave scars. The emotional triggers that come from those old scars can sometimes be so strong and reoccurring that they can actually influence your emotions related to the experiences that you're having in present day time. So much so that they can actually hold a person trapped in the past based on those past experiences and emotions. The aim of this timeline healing is to go back and smooth those old scars so that the emotional triggers that come from your past experiences are no longer as influential on your current day experiences, and heal them so that they'll eventually actually fade away and leave you free, okay, to experience your experiences as you want. All right, so here we go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to establish an anchor with your thumb and finger, and we're going to breathe a couple of times. Now you can keep your eyes open or you can close them and listen if you want, doesn't matter. All right, so in your mind I would like you to create a cavern, and down in this cavern, a big open space, you see a long piece of fabric stretching from end to end. Okay? Make this fabric a gauze type fabric so we can work with it, and any color that you want. Okay? It's up to you. Okay, so we're going to float down towards that fabric. And as you come down to it, you'll notice a marker right beside the fabric. Now, it's up to you what you think that marker could be. It could be a shoe, or it could be a traffic cone, up to you. Okay? Right beside that marker, you're going to find a hot iron. And I want you to pick it up, because you'll be needing this. Okay? With your hot iron in your hand, careful it's hot. Look forward into time and see this timeline stretch out in front of you. And now turn and look back into time. Right? You might see that the fabric is a little bit ruffled and maybe messed up in some spots. We're going to go and fix that. So I'd like you to float up in the air a little bit and glide yourself along the timeline with your hot iron. With your hot iron, I want you to smooth out any imperfections in this fabric. Okay, so smooth out all the creases and wrinkles, and if you come across a damaged spot where there's a tear or a large rip, move the fabric a little bit closer together and then move the iron back and forth over that tear, and this magical piece of gauze will heal itself right in front of your eyes. Okay? So I'd like you to float back a little bit further over the last month, the second month, over the last half year. If I'm going too quickly, that's okay. You'll be able to fix it after as well. Okay? So here we go, into the last year and the 2 years previous to that. Right? Any rips and tears, mend them by moving the fabric closer together and using your iron, and move back and forth over the broken aspect of that gauze. Okay? Right. So we're going to go back into the last 5 years. Now, if you happen to be 5 years old, that's fine. You'll be at the start. But if you're, let's say, in your 60s, then we're going to do that. So when your number starts coming up, then I'd like you to start advancing, okay? So we're going to start, let's say, in the 80s, and we're going to move back in the last decade. Okay? Move along and iron out all those imperfections, mend the rips, and now back into your 70s. Keep doing this, right? And into your 60s. And if you're 60, now you can start. Okay, move your iron, your hot iron, and go over those imperfections and mend those creases, smooth those creases, mend those tears. All right, now we're going to go into the 50s. And the 40s. And keep smoothing. And if there's a large tear, move the fabric together. You got it. Smooth the hot iron over top of it. It's mending as it's smoothing. And then move on. Okay? Don't mind what it was that did that. We're here to fix the timeline. The timeline will heal itself. All right. So into your 30s. Keep moving. And into your 20s. And in the late teen years. All the way to 15 years old. And now down to 13, 12, and the 10s, and the single digits, all the way to 8 years old, 5, 3, and back into the first year that you were born. Okay? Right all the way up to where you took your first breath here on Earth. Right. Now look back and see your timeline. There might be some wrinkles still in there that you missed. Okay, now we're going to go back and fix those ones that you missed. So I'd like you to jump and float forward and vigorously repair and mend and smooth those wrinkles and imperfections and push the fabric together where it's not quite healed, and carry on. And you'll go all the way up through the 20s, 30s, 40s, all the way to the mark that is present day. Okay? I'll give you a second to come to this mark. Hurry, hurry, hurry. It's about mending the fabric, not about the drama that created the tear or the problems in the first place. Okay, you're there? Good. Put your iron down and now float forward into time. Okay? Keep on floating and it'll go quicker. And at one point in the future, you'll see the end of your timeline coming up. It's okay. Not a problem. We're going to go beyond that. Okay? So what I'd like you to do now is you'll see the end of your timeline come up and keep on floating. Up ahead, there's some clouds, some cloud banks. Hey. So I want you to float through the cloud banks, and up ahead in the distance there is a little light. Just a light. You float up towards that and you see, hey, it's a street light. What the heck is a street light doing here? Okay, float up to it. It's a little bit of a cloud island. There's a street light on it, and you'll see some individuals gathered as if they're waiting for you. Well, they are. These are your guides and your guardians. Might be wearing long robes and hoods. Who knows what they're wearing? For you, everybody's different. Okay? Float up to them. And then you can stop there, light in amongst them, and thank them for all the efforts that they've done in guiding you and guarding you against harm. It's very important. I'll leave you to do that for a couple of minutes, okay? You might want to give them an embrace and thank them. How often have you thanked your guards and your guidance? Don't know. Okay, so at one point, one of the guides comes up to you with a felt bag made out of felt, and inside it's heavy. Inside there's a bunch of gems. Okay, these are precious gems. They're all beautiful. You can look at them, but they're there for you to take with you on your journey back. Okay, so what's going to happen here is you're going to say your last farewells to your guides and your guardians and thank them for this bag, and then off you go. Jump off the cloud and guide back through the cloud banks. You can take a look over your shoulder and you'll see this cloud island with the light on it and the beings there. They'll be disappearing off into the past. Don't worry, one day you'll see them again. Okay? Now, you're gliding through the cloud banks and you're coming up towards your timeline. Very important here. What I'd like you to do is open your bag of gems, and as soon as the timeline starts, I want you to pick up handfuls of these gems and sprinkle them all over your timeline as you go down along it, okay? Gobs and gobs of gems. There you go. Right? Beautiful. Now this is a magic bag. You're not going to run out, as it will always refill itself, so have at it. Okay? So you're going down through time again, and you come across your mark. If it's a traffic cone or a shoe or whatever, that's fine. Keep going. So now what I'd like you to do is keep on floating towards the past. Keep on throwing out these gems all over the place on your timeline. Okay? There's a couple of spots that you missed. Keep doing it. Okay? All the way down to when you were 10 years old, when you were 5 years old, even when you were 2 years old, all the way up to the day that you arrived here and took your first breath. Wow, incredible journey, so fast. Okay, so now what I would like you to do is peer off into the past beyond your timeline. There you'll probably make out some darkened individuals. That's right. Those are your ancestors. Okay? They've been here all the time, cheering you on, walking by your side, supporting your every move. All they did in their lives was to make sure that you had the best chance there was. Okay? All of them. You are the sum of all their efforts. So don't let them down. Yeah, it's important. And in gratitude for that, I would like you to hand over this bag of gems to one of them so that they too can do this timeline healing for themselves. They know how to do it. They've been paying attention. Yeah? So, say thank you. You'll see them again one day, not a problem. Okay, but now it's time to turn around and look forward at all the gems that you've laid out on your beautiful timeline. These gems will amplify and accent all the wonderful memories and experiences that you've had in the past. Oh, it's incredible how this works. Right? Beautiful. So I'd like you now to float forward through time and find that spot where your marker is. You know, if it's the shoe or the hot iron where you left it. Okay, when you get to that point, I would like you to just stop and wait for the rest of the groups to get to their points. Okay, we're all there. Great. So now comes the thumb and finger again, the anchor that you set earlier. I'd like you to rub that and feel yourself entering your body again. Okay? If you want to move your body, fine, do that too. Shrug your shoulders. Okay? Very important. Move around a little bit. Feel yourself in your own body again. This is your body. Very good. If you've had your eyes closed this whole time, you can slowly open them. Take a deep breath. So that was an incredible timeline healing again. Wow, so good. All right, so don't run off and go back to your business just right away. Maybe make yourself a cup of tea, have something to eat, relax for an hour or so, and let this experience sink in a little bit. You can come back and review this anytime you want. All what you have to do is press play again, not a problem. Okay? Even in your mind, if you wanted to visit your timeline again and again, do so. This is a profound healing. It doesn't go away. Cool. So, where did Tilman learn all this? Oh, he learned it a number of years ago from a person called John Kehoe. And John Kehoe runs a mind power website. He's got several books, and if you're interested in something like this, I would suggest that you visit that website and see what other goodies that he's got available. Okay? And that concludes this episode from the Hot Tub Time Machine. All the best. Take care.